back to the Bearded Hillbilly Outdoors. If you're seeing this, it is Thanksgiving Day. I'm shooting this the day before Thanksgiving because I want to spend time with my family as well. And so I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. I hope you've enjoyed your family. If you haven't eaten yet, I hope you eat something good. If you have eaten, you're probably in a coma and falling asleep watching this. So anyway, from all of us at the Bearded Hillbilly Outdoors, happy Thanksgiving. We hope it was a great one. Never forget this, that God is the reason why you have something to be thankful for. All the blessings in your life you have come from a sovereign God who sits on a throne in heaven, who 2,000 years ago sent his son to die on Calvary's cross for your sins and my sins, so that we might be saved through him. This is a review, my first review, I've never done one before, on a firearm. This is the CVA Optima V2. Now, this gun was given to me as a gift. I had talked about buying one, and somebody close to me was buying one too, and they picked me one up and said, here you go. So, but the rifle itself, by itself, runs somewhere in the neighborhood of about $450 to $500, depending on where you buy it. And that's about all I know as far as price goes. I do not know what this scope costs, but I can tell you it is a good scope. My deer rifles, I have Leopold's on, but this one was put on and given to me. It's a Crimson Trace Brushline Pro. It is a 2.5 by 10 by I think it's a 42 millimeter, maybe up here is what it's measured, but I think it's a 42 millimeter. And it is, man, it's clear. It works phenomenally well. I mean, I've killed 2 deer with it so far, and that glass, man, is just clear as it can be. And it's a good scope. So I'm not talking about the whole package though, I'm talking about the gun. This is the V2, I've already said that. It is in a bronze Cerakote finish. I believe that's bronze color, I think that's what they call it anyway, but it is a Cerakote finish color. This stuff's tough. I've took it up through the woods now, up in game lands, deer hunting with my father a couple weekends, and man, there ain't a scratch on this gun. It is tough. This stuff, if I could get every gun I ever had with this coating on it, no doubt I would do it. Secondly, this thing breaks down super simple. The Wolf, and I think the Traditions muzzleloaders, that brand of muzzleloader, but the Wolf, I know in the CVA line, they have a button right here on the front of the trigger guard that you push to break it down. Not the Optima, and I think the Acura's got the same kind of breakdown right here. You pull back on the trigger guard and the gun opens. I mean, it's that easy. If you just sit there and pull it down, it'll break open. This gun's not hard to operate. It is very, very simple. Break it down, your breech plug on the back. I've shot this gun 3 times, 2 times at deer, and then I've shot it, sighting it in. I've cleaned it just with a brush. I haven't used any solvent in it. And check this out. That's simple. That breech plug comes out that easy. It is. A lot of people, and I think CVA prides themselves, they talk about it anyway, how easy the breech plug is to remove after shooting. And of course, in the bag, you get a little tool kit that's got a little screwdriver thing, so you can take your firing pin out and clean it down. But breaking it down is simple, it's easy. I like this. My hand's already here. It's not up here. I got to take my hand's already here. I like the breakdown of this CVA Optima. It is a 50 caliber, black powder only. I know that nowadays in modern times, some muzzleloaders are smokeless powder capable. This one's not. It's black powder only. I shoot the Power Belt 295 grain hollow point bullets in it. And behind that is 100 grains of 777, 50 grain pellets, 2 of them. This one is Magnum capable. You can put 150 grains of black powder in this thing and shoot it. I think it'll get you out about 200 yards. But I shoot 100 with that bullet, and I've killed 2 deer with this gun this year. Man, this gun is absolutely awesome. The trigger on this gun, I mean, I can't brag on this enough. This trigger is so light. I mean, I'm saying 2 pounds, if that. I mean, it is incredibly crisp, incredibly light, and I don't dry fire, so that's why. But I'll try to get close, and you can see right here. I'll just use the tip of my finger. I barely have to even touch that trigger. I can tell you this, it's going to surprise you every time you pull the trigger. And that's what you want. You want something that surprises you, something you don't jerk. This is it right here. You just lay your finger in there. I took my brother hunting with it the other day, and I told him if he seen a deer, I said, you better make sure that you're on where you want to hit before you stick your finger in that trigger guard, because that thing is light, it is crisp, it is, I mean, it is the best trigger out of any gun I've ever shot. I've had all my deer rifles, nothing even comes close to the comparison of how this trigger is. This gun's light, extremely light. In my opinion, for a gun, it's definitely, I think, lighter than my deer rifle. It's not that heavy. There is a balance point somewhere on it. I don't know where it's at, but it's pretty balanced. It's a balanced gun. It's not overly cumbersome to get on and shoot. You've got a raised comb on the back. I like that. My deer rifle, I have adjustable comb. I keep the comb raised on the deer rifle because I like the adjustable cheek piece, and this one's already got it built in. It's got the raised comb somewhere you can really rest that cheekbone in. On the back of the gun, you have a good squish pad, recoil pad. It ain't going to break your shoulder when you shoot it. Thumb hole. Listen, every gun manufacturer make this in your stocks. I love this. If I could get one of these, I probably can online if I want to take my deer rifle apart and put one of these on it. Thumb hole, man, that's the way to go. I love that thumb hole. I just seen online the other day a turkey gun with this thumb hole in it, and if I can talk my wife into it, I'm gonna get me one of them. I love that thumb hole. And then on the outsides of the grip, you have your checkering, which is not too abrasive, so it don't feel like you're holding against sandpaper, but you get a good purchase on the gun and a good grip. You have checkering on the forearm as well. Simple to take down. You take a screw out up here, the forearm comes off. It's easy to break down and clean. Another thing I want to talk about before I get out of here, you do have 2 molded in sling studs, one on the rear and one on the forearm. They work well. I do usually have this on a sling. This right here, this ramrod, with this being a 28-inch barrel gun, this ramrod, this gun is loaded. There is no primer, but it does have powder and a bullet in it because I do plan on killing another deer with it. This ramrod goes all the way down. There is no mark in the ramrod. There's no second guessing. You know that bullet's seated because the ramrod goes near all the way down. Now, I got some buddies, and I think my father has the Traditions muzzleloader. Their ramrod looks just like this. And after shooting this gun 2 or 3 times, if you don't brush it, it gets hard to load. Well, imagine pushing that against the palm of your hand. Not with CVA. CVA says, hey, let's do something about that. And they did do something about it with this little handy rubber thing called a palm saver. It is absolutely awesome. You can really bear down and not worry about hurting your palms, putting that next round in so you can get on that next whitetail, or if you bad shot the first whitetail, it didn't run off. Okay, so we've talked about the finish, the stock, the recoil pad, the hammer. You got a hammer spur that is reversible. If you're a lefty, I'm sorry, but this is made for you. It is a reversible one. You can unscrew it and screw it in the other side. The breech plug's easy to get out, easy to get into, clean, push bullets out the other side if you accidentally double load. Breaking down, trigger, we talked about all that. We talked about the palm saver. This gun, if you want a good black powder gun, buy this one. That's all you need to know. Buy this gun. I love this gun. In fact, rifle season's coming in, and I'm thinking about continuing on hunting with this gun because I'm telling you, it is a phenomenal gun. I think it's well balanced. It's all around just a good gun. I don't know anything about any other black powder gun. I know a little bit, but I know this. I'll never buy another one. It'll always be at a minimum a CVA, but a CVA Optima V2. This is a gun I think it's well built. It's built to last. I mean, I've took this thing, and like I said, I've had it everywhere up in the mountains. It's been banged around, cleaned around. You can't tell it's been up there. And this gun is built to last. If you want a good black powder gun, buy this one right here. I'm telling you, you'll not regret buying the CVA Optima V2. So to answer the question, should you buy a CVA Optima V2? Absolutely. Hey, thanks for watching the Bearded Hillbilly Outdoors. Right here, I'm going to put a link to the buck that I killed, my biggest buck I shot with this very gun. And then somewhere you'll be able to find the hunt of my brothers where we did hunt with this gun, and it did not end in a successful harvest. Later on that day in the same video, I do harvest a doe with this gun. Camera died, but there are pictures in the end of the video, so you can see the results of what this gun will do. This gun is absolutely awesome. I put a power belt bullet in it, and it's an attack driving machine. It kills deer. This is what you want, the CVA Optima V2. Hey, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Hey, if you like that video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. If you like all things outdoors, hunting and fishing, and how to cook your game, all those kinds of things, this is the channel for you. So why not subscribe, like, and share with friends and family, so maybe they'll get some enjoyment out of it. But until next time, always remember, a happy hillbilly is a hillbilly gone hunting. Thanks.